So we're talking about business structure, the ideal one. We have several kind of business registration that you do with the Corporate Affairs Commission. Now, for a vendor in this kind of for wedding fair vendor and for, let's call them, small business owners, sole proprietorship is the best. They could also get into partnership. They could go into partnership with their relations, with a wife, with a friend, a colleague, to run this kind of business. And when you talk about business, you need a business structure to operate. And there are 4 levels of business structures. We have the operational level, we have the functional structure, we have the business structure and organizational structure. I started with the organizational structure, which is where you define if it's a partnership you're doing or is a proprietorship you're doing, which you have to register with the Corporate Affairs Commission. So proprietorship, you're the only one registering as a director. For partnership, probably you're in partnership with 1 or 2 people. They will also be directors. People don't know that you can register enterprise having multiple directors, but I'm telling you now that today you can do that. You can have other partners registering with CACA. That's structuring your business. You have to also determine your level of involvement in your business. Okay. For a sole proprietorship or a business partnership owner, are you going to be partially involved? Are you going to be fully involved? All of this has to be defined. And if you decide to be a sole proprietorship owner, meaning you're the only one running your business, and then other people you're going to be employing to help you run your business. The key thing is that you have to employ good hands. You have to employ those with creativity. And you also need to create an environment where your staff can relate with you. And they feel like they are part of the owners of the business, even though they are not directors in that business. Now, some of those mistakes that these vendors make is not working with the couples. Some vendors have dreams in their head. They just say their dreams to you. The first thing they should do is listen to the couples. So when you listen to the couple, you have an idea. That's where creativity comes in. You have an idea of what these people want, and then you give them a package. Like she has said, what she's doing is very good. She has several packages for whichever one you can afford. I also think they have competitor issues. There's a lot of competition out there. So you need to create your market niche. You need to create your brand that people know that this brand is this brand. And once you're able to do that, it will help you. Flexibility. Your package should be flexible. Another thing is you don't have to do everything. You can get other vendors that do some of the things in your line of business. So what you do, you just say, you find these vendors and say, see, I'm going to give you this part of this business, but this is my percentage. Do you understand? So you're not doing everything. But in a bid to do everything, you end up not satisfying your clients, and you also end up not making profits because you're in the business to make profits. So you should know you have to partner with those in your line of business. Is this thing giving me profits? If it's not, re-strategize. It's very key. And then if there are things you want to do and you don't have resources, approach your bank for help. It is when you've sat down to calculate and make sure that after spending, you can repay back and still make profits. The problem with some people, they just think, I need loan. What do you need loan for? You sit down with your account officer. I need loan for this kind of business. Okay, give me your sales for 1 month. Give me your expenses for 1 month. Check it in 6 months. What are you doing? After paying the bank loan interest, how much is going to be your profits? When you do all of this analysis and find out that when you take away your expense, take away what you do, take away what you're collecting from the bank, take away the interest from the bank, and you're not going to make profit, don't go for the loan. But when you do this calculation and you still make good profits, you can approach your bank for a loan. So I also hear people say, no, it's so difficult. She's just sitting down there talking about us going for loan. Banks don't give loan. That's not true. Banks give loan, but you need to learn how to package yourself. For instance, I mentioned that you can't run 20 accounts and expect one of the banks to give you loan. You're not consolidating your transactions. Please give me your account. They want to transfer money. Meanwhile, it is a business transaction that also pass through your line of business account to show your transactions. In order for the bank to know that this is a history, you should have a history with your bank. Yeah, so that's what we advise.